In this video, we're going to be taking a look at an ARC Trooper or ARC Trooper Alpha from the comic pack line. I ended up having to do a little bit of research into this guy before filming the video because, to be honest, I didn't know specifically where he was from. I suspected he was from the 30th anniversary line and maybe one of the comic packs or the Order 66 pack. But indeed, he is from the comic packs. And specifically, it's the Obi-Wan Kenobi, and it's the Obi-Wan that includes the mask, and then this guy. I ended up getting him loose. It was around 2019 or 20, I think. I didn't pay too much for it. I thought could always use another ARC Trooper, and this one's kind of unique because it does have some unique weathering on it. It has a slightly different comma here, and it's a slightly different shade of blue than like this guy here. But for the most part, I think he is just reutilizing a lot of the exact tooling as all these guys here. And I think on the actual comic pack, it's just labels him as an ARC Trooper, but I have seen sources as well that say this is supposed to be Alpha. For my purposes, though, I just count him as a standard ARC Trooper that just happens to be a different shade of blue. So as I mentioned, the unique qualities about this guy I think are fantastic. This is probably some of the best weathering I've seen on the ARC Troopers, especially out of or among all of these. You can tell he spent some time in the trenches and he's been in action for a while. He does have it on his helmet as well. The helmet is removable. Yeah, that's right. This is one of the ARC Troopers I have the hardest time taking the helmet off because the whole head just wants to go along with it. In fact, might not be doing that in this video. Let me see here real quick. Well, that ended up taking a little bit of effort. Oh, I finally got it. The problem is the helmet is a tight fit to begin with, but then the head on the ball point here, it's very loose. It was like that when I got it, so not much I can really do. But I think from here on out, for the rest of this video, and then when I put him back on display on the shelf, I think I'm just going to keep his helmet like this. Well, it's pretty much the typical head sculpt during this era for a lot of the clones and ARC Troopers. Despite how much of a struggle it is to get off that helmet, it doesn't look like his face is badly scarred at all. There's a little bit of a spot on his chin, and it seems like he has a little bit of a spot on the side of his head there, but it may have been like that to begin with. As for the rest of him, pretty much about the same, except the comma, which is very tattered, and it looks really good. I like the flow it has to it as well. It's like he's standing in the wind. And the comma is not removable. It is just it's a separate piece, but it's permanently attached to his waist there, which in some ways is kind of handy because I've had it before with especially the blue ones here. Comma comes on latch and then it just wants to fall off on you. In terms of weapons, the particular sample I got, besides the helmet, it just comes with the standard ARC Trooper rifle here, but it is slightly repainted. It almost looks like he has it's kind of like a bronze color here for this part. Same thing with here. And same thing with his gauntlet. So it is slightly repainted, but the mold itself is the same. I have it around him like this. I know it's probably not the most practical because of how the strap is, but it's a way to differentiate between the ARC Troopers for me. This carbine here, I just have him hold on to, give him something different. But I think that's pretty much all I can tell you about this ARC Trooper or ARC Trooper Alpha here. Would I recommend it for your collection? I definitely would. It's, it's another ARC Trooper. As far as the comic pack is concerned, I wouldn't mind getting that one down the road. I don't think it's too expensive, and I wouldn't mind having an extra of this particular guy. Hopefully his helmet is a much better fit, and it's not so much of a struggle to get it off. Let me know in the comments if you happen to have this particular ARC Trooper and if you have any problems getting his helmet off. I would definitely be interested to know. But overall, I'm happy he's part of my collection, even though he's mostly a reuse of a lot of these other ARC Troopers here. He does have enough uniqueness to him because of the weathering, the comma, and the paint job. Small things like that make him a lot different than the rest of them. But anyways, that concludes this review. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for plenty more in the future. There'll always be more to come. If you haven't already, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate your support. And check out the links in the description if you haven't done so already. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.